I don't have to tell you that smart money will scare you away from a valuable asset while they stock up behind the scenes. You know this. They buy in low, and once they've gotten in good and cheap, then they give you permission to buy in after them. And now you're going to think that you bought in low because just the future looks so bright, but in reality, they bought in much earlier. The fact is, they were buying during the same time when the media was scaring you away. They were buying when the media was creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt in your mind. This is a tale as old as time. The rich get richer and you get left holding the bag. The same thing is happening with Bitcoin right now. Now, they won't explain to you why Bitcoin is truly valuable until after they stock up themselves. So let me quickly clue you into this, and then I'm going to share with you some evidence that you need to see. You need to hear this. And remember, don't believe what they say. Watch what they do. And by the way, guys, I can only cover so much in today's video, so if you want a continued education on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and a daily analysis on the crypto market, subscribe to our channel, join our team, subscribe and stay in the know on a daily basis. And if you like videos like this, hey, do me a favor, take 3 seconds and actually like this video. Liking our videos, it is a small thing you can do, but it truly does help us grow as a channel, and it gets this information out there to more people. So first, let me explain to you the value proposition here. Let me explain to you why Bitcoin has value and why Bitcoin probably isn't going away. So this is the kind of stuff that they don't help you with. This is the kind of stuff that you need to be educated about, and they don't. And they're not going to tell you this stuff until much, much later. So let's get into it. Bitcoin is this new revolutionary form of money. So think of it like money. Think of this like digital gold. So if you know the properties that make money money or give gold value, take a look. Bitcoin matches and in most cases outperforms both gold and fiat money in every category. They don't mention this. Plus, Bitcoin is decentralized, as in it has a network all over the world. There is no single point of failure, so there's no office or CEO that a government can just shut down. And going further, this is secure, hard money. It is trustless, it is permissionless, as in you don't need your bank or your government or any kind of third party to give you permission to make a transaction. And Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. And you know what? Perhaps the most intriguing thing, Bitcoin is unprintable. It is incredibly scarce, so no matter how much demand there is for it, there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever created. They cannot print more. So keeping all this in mind, if you look into it, if you do your own research, there's a lot of reason to think that Bitcoin will be around for another 10 years, if not much, much longer. There's a lot of reason to think that within this time frame, Bitcoin is going to go up in value as more and more people are clued into these facts. And I'm talking the long term here. So right now, the market is down, and right now, smart money is stocking up, I think. Let's get into it. Peter Schiff, he is smart money. Peter Schiff is a Wall Street stockbroker, a financial commentator, and of course, his claim to fame is predicting the 2008 financial crisis. And he's made it no secret, he is anti-Bitcoin. He takes great pleasure in talking down Bitcoin and talking up gold. Perhaps this is because Peter Schiff has a lot of equity in businesses that are heavily reliant in selling you gold and selling you precious metals. In fact, he owns both gold mining operations as well as services that sells it right to you. So he's got his hand in a lot of different gold-related businesses. In fact, in his latest debate on the Tone Vays YouTube channel, Peter proudly displays his own website right on his background, Schiff Gold.
The most important part of money, apart from the fact that it can be a medium of exchange and a unit of account, which Bitcoin cannot, the most important characteristic is you need to be a valuable commodity. You need to have a use case apart from being a unit of account or store or a medium of exchange. You have to have value. When people want to say Bitcoin is a store of value, in order to be a store of value, you must have value that can be stored. See, I'm wearing a pair of cufflinks here that if you can see these cufflinks, right? They're made out of gold, right? And I got them.
Come on, man. You're
right?
better than that. It's not
But
because
hold
it's
on.
shiny that
finish.
it's money.
Let me finish. These cufflinks are a store of value because in 100 years, I can melt this gold down and I can make it into any other jewelry that somebody might want to buy, or I can use it in aerospace, in electronics, or dentistry.
Watch what they do, not what they say. Now, Peter Schiff claims that Bitcoin has no value. Peter Schiff claims that Bitcoin is not worth your time. Peter Schiff claims that Bitcoin isn't hard money. However, upon a closer look at his website that he displays, we can see that Peter Schiff accepts Bitcoin right on the front page. Watch what they do, not what they say. Well, okay, that doesn't necessarily prove that he holds Bitcoin, right? For that, let's ask a friend of Mr. Schiff's. Let's ask Jeffrey Tucker. So, Jeffrey Tucker, he's both a colleague, peer, and friend of Peter Schiff, and he is also highly regarded himself in the financial world. Listen to this audio clip of Jeffrey Tucker on the Let's Talk Bitcoin podcast, commenting on what happened after he got done debating Peter Schiff on stage.
So you debated Peter Schiff recently.
Yeah.
So how did that go? That's been, Peter Schiff is one of those guys who very early on in the space, back before I was interested in cryptocurrency, I used to sort of read his opinions about gold and about precious metals and about sort of all of that entire market. And he was really pivotal in that market. And it was interesting because he was sort of one of the, I would say, holdouts on hard money side who didn't really ever say, yeah, cryptocurrency actually could be a thing, right? It was sort of odd to see. On the one hand, he holds these opinions about hard money. And on the other hand, the digital equivalent of hard money is not interesting to him for basically the same reasons that hard money is interesting to him. How was this debate?
Well, I tell you, after the debate, and Peter and I go way back, and we've traveled in Brazil together. He's hilarious. We're fun. We always had dinner together. I love him, and we're good buddies and that sort of thing. And then after the debate, he's coming up to me going, "Hey, now listen, I've got Bitcoin, I've got Bitcoin Cash, I've got Ether. What do you think about the Monero? You think that's a good?" And I'm like, "Wait, you want me to advise you?" He goes, "Oh yeah, mega, I got my Jax wallet. I'm just like, getting it wherever." So I don't know what's real and what's not, right? So
that is a good point.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I remember when his brokerage started accepting Bitcoin for payments or something like that, everyone was like, oh, he's flipped his position. But, he could have just been selling it off, as soon as he received his payment.
He's got it. Well, no, he holds it.
Watch what they do, not what they say. Well, how about JP Morgan? You remember this, right? You remember in 2017, the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, he came out and he declared that anyone in the company who was caught trading Bitcoin would get fired on the spot. In 2018, he reiterated that Bitcoin has no value. Well, here we are in 2019, and a lot has changed. For instance, you remember, in early 2019, JP Morgan became the first U.S. bank to create their own cryptocurrency. Just about a week ago, mid-2019, JP Morgan releases a report. Now they're admitting that Bitcoin has intrinsic value. Watch what they do, not what they say. Now, of course, those who were close to the Wall Street elites knew all along what was going on. Smart money knows. Smart money knows what everybody's doing. For instance, case in point, this is Barry Silbert in 2018 on the Unchained podcast commenting on Wall Street and what Jamie Dimon and what JP Morgan are doing behind the scenes. So this was recorded before JP Morgan became public about their own coin, or before they became public on releasing this report that Bitcoin has value. Check this out.
Previous remarks, you have said that what Wall Street says publicly about crypto is differently from what they say in private. What are those differences?
Well, look, I think the Jamie Dimon quotes have been fantastic. And there's plenty of anecdotes of people being in the JP Morgan building, meeting people about XYZ digital currency related when Jamie makes these comments. What we're seeing right now is, despite the drop in prices, despite the drop in volumes this year, the level of engagement and the level of seriousness that we see coming out of the Wall Street institutions and banks is at an all-time high. It's not, there's plenty of commentators that say that Bitcoin's dead. There's plenty of commentators that say that the bubble's burst and it's over. Behind the scenes, it's kind of full steam ahead right now.
All right, great video today, my friends. My name is Aaron. This is Altcoin Daily. If you found value in this video, do me a favor, give it a like. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe for daily content. And remember, everything I show you, especially what we went over today, these are good long-term indicators. These are good long-term indicators that Bitcoin and crypto has a future far bigger than we have seen in the past 10 years. So invest wisely. All right, later.